When you see transformation like these, you might think that they are lucky to have such a strong willpower. Everyone has this power inside, it just needs to be leveraged. Everyone wants a better and healthier body, to save more money, to get better grades, to have a better relationship with their family, and to have a passive income if it is offered to them for free. But in our world, nothing is free. It costs us money, time, physical and mental effort to achieve this, and when it comes to payment, only few people really want to pay. People who find the real value of something, or at least it values for them. When I started my weight loss journey, some of my friends and family didn't believe in me. They might not have said it directly to my eyes, but they were thinking that I'm going to fail like many times before. When I reached around 65, everyone was admiring my willpower. But did I accomplish it just because of my willpower? So why didn't I accomplish it before? If you want to move forward in your life, remember Newton's first law of motion. A body at rest will remain at rest, and a body in motion will remain in motion unless it's acted upon by an external force. And the willpower is that force. Do you really want those changes in your life? Be honest with yourself. Is it your goal or someone else's goal? Is it something you want from your heart or something that your family or society or your partner wants? If it is your genuine goal, then write your reasons. I wrote in my notebook that I want to lose fat because I want to be more in shape. I want to have more choices when I buy clothes. I want to be more confident. This extra weight doesn't suit the lifestyle that I love to have. And the most important, I got a warning from doctors and I'm just 23. So I applied the force and I started moving like previous times. But what stops most people from moving forward is friction. Friction is all troubles in your way. You start to change your lifestyle, then you will be invited to 3 parties during the week. You have to stay longer at work and you skip the gym. Or you may just reduce your sugar intake for 2-3 days, but before everything turns into a habit, you turn back to your previous lifestyle. By leveraging your willpower, you can overcome these frictions. Success depends on everyday choice. But do these choices come out of nowhere? You shape the garden of your mind by planting a specific thing in your environment, such as book you read, experience you have, and people you surround yourself with. If you don't shape your environment, it will shape you. I invested my willpower in a system instead of using my willpower every day to force myself to do certain things. And of course, you still need some willpower to stick to your system. But everything becomes easier with less force needed. I started to figure out what my main problems were in achieving my fitness goal. I didn't have an active life. I wasn't able to stick to a workout plan. I was addicted to sugar. I used to eat whatever I want in large amounts. I modified my life in a way that I could be more active and burn more calories without even paying so much attention. I stopped using car for short distances, took stairs instead of elevator, developed more hobbies with physical activities, such as going for swim, and positioned our treadmill in front of TV so I could watch movie while walking on the treadmill. I started to go to the gym with my friend who was a regular gym attender. If you want to change a behavior, you need to surround yourself with people who value that behavior. Similarly, it is easier to be motivated for studying if you have friends who have good grades. I gradually changed my meal plan. I didn't cut all the sugar all at once. In fact, I still eat sweet every day, but I plan my sugar consumption. Like when I have my afternoon coffee, I will have a piece of chocolate with it. In this way, it is easier to forget about instant cravings. I also plan for other foods, like every Friday night, I will have whatever I want in amount of I want. Also, I told to myself that if I really want something so bad, I will have a little amount of it. In this way, my mind didn't feel restriction, and usually I prefer to postpone those cravings after all the effort that I have done in the day. I scheduled my sleep and didn't let myself stay up late at night watching movies, knowing that I would have no energy for anything the next day. I told myself I could stay up during the weekend, but but not during the week. I planned for hobbies that didn't require me to resist food. For example, instead of going to the restaurant, I would go to a cafe. Instead of going to my friend's place, I would ask her to go for a walk and talk together. When I was bored at home, I would play some music and dance to change my mood. And when the new lifestyle turns into a habit, the friction becomes as low as possible. Habits can be chained up. Try to tie the new habit to the existing one. For example, I will do 2 minutes of stretching when my morning coffee is getting ready. Yes, you need the willpower to choose what you change and why you want to add this habit. And even though it is the power of will that makes you take the action for the first couple of days, after some time you find pleasure in the new habit. And when you tie it to the existing one, it is easier to take the action. This method works for the habit that you want to get rid of as well. Spend some time to realize what triggers your bad habit and try to eliminate the trigger. For example, I realized that when I have sweets in my breakfast, I get hungry earlier during the day and I crave more sweet. So I increase the protein amount of my breakfast, which keeps me full for a longer period of time. I realized that when I come home in the afternoon tired, I tend to open the fridge and eat whatever looks interesting to me. So first of all, I got rid of whatever I didn't want to eat. And second, I made a ritual to get rid of tiredness. The ritual was when I get home, I lay down, close my eyes and relax for some minutes, and then I will have a cup of tea with a healthy sweet such as a date or a piece of protein bar. As I said, you need the power of will to make these changes, but you can modify them to be sustainable. I know it is hard to believe, but we tend to forget what we really want in our daily life. For example, you want to save some money to invest in a way to make passive income, but you spend that money on something that you really don't need. Tell your close friends or family what you want to change and ask them to remind you whenever you are going off track. For example, I asked my husband to mention if I'm binge watching TV, if I stay up late at night, and guess what? He never mentioned it because I wasn't staying up after I asked him to do so. Have a plan to get close to people who have accomplished your goals. We always learn from stories, especially real stories, and surround yourself with what you want to achieve. We need to remind ourselves every day. It's not enough if we have written in our notebook that this year, for example, I want to lose 15 kilos or I want to make more money. Our mind needs to be involved in our goals every day to make the correct choices and to get one step closer to what we want. Self-discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want the most.